When people talk about spiritual gifts, they usually land on the same list: prophecy, tongues, healing, miracles, and those are real. But there is one gift in the New Testament that almost never gets its own sermons. I actually have never heard it being highlighted in the church service. I've read it in the book and I've met people who have this gift, but there are people who have this gift and don't even know they have it. Today, I want to talk to you about the gift of giving. Now, before you click this off thinking this is some kind of a fundraising trick or talk, stay with me. Because if you carry this gift, understanding it will change how you see yourself and how you use your money and how you fulfill your calling. So what is the gift of giving? We're all called to give, of course, but not everyone has this gift. That's a distinction I want to make. The same thing as, all of us are called to share our faith, but there's some people who have the gift of preaching, the gift of speaking. All of us are called to give an encouragement of word, but some people have the gift of prophecy. So in Romans chapter 12, Paul lists what I would call the list of the gifts of the Father. They are practical, operational gifts that keeps the church healthy and advancing. This list includes prophecy, serving, teaching, encouragement, giving, leadership, and mercy. These are not less spiritual. These are spiritual gifts that are expressed in practical action. Romans 12:8, something that most people just skim through, it says, "He who gives with liberality." The word liberality here in Greek is haplotis. It means simplicity, singleness, purity of motive. This is not someone who gives occasionally. This is someone who is wired by the Holy Spirit to give with unusual joy, unusual freedom, and unusual consistency. Their giving is not forced or pressured. It's actually a flow of their gift. So yes, there is a spiritual gift of giving, and some believers carry a special grace to earn, manage, and resource the work of God in a way that others simply don't. How do you know if you have this gift? Here are some marks I've noticed in people who carry this gift. Throughout my Christian life, I have met people with this gift, but I also have met people who know they have this gift. And I've noticed a similar traits among the people who have this gift, and especially those who know it, that they have this gift. Number one is they have an unusual capacity to earn. The people with this gift are often skilled, strategic, and sharp. They succeed in business, they succeed in work and entrepreneurship, but when they're honest about it, they tell you, "I know this is not my hustle or my good ethics or work. It's God's favor." They recognize that their ability to make profit has a divine favor dimension. And because they know that the increase comes from God, they also sense that God is the one that needs to give direction to what to do with it. Secondly, they are surprisingly frugal. Now, this surprised me at first, and it actually surprises people. Someone can be extremely generous and still drive a normal car and live below their means. Why? Because they don't see money as a toy. They see it as a tool. They manage well because they know that mismanagement today shrinks their ability to be generous tomorrow. They live frugal today so they can give more freely tomorrow. That's why you will never even imagine that these people are people of means, because they don't carry themselves that way. They will never flaunt their wealth, and they will never wear their wealth. They live like normal people, extremely frugal. In one sense, they will give millions away, and in another sense, they will look for deals, because it's the way they're wired. Number three is they love appreciation, but not recognition. They don't mind a thank you, but they do not crave a spotlight. Many would rather have their name not even mentioned. They're guarding something within their gift, and that is humility. They understand what Jesus taught, that a public applause can become a cheap substitute for eternal reward. They give quietly, consistently, sincerely, with eternity in mind and the reward that comes from God. Number four, they are drawn to vision that carries integrity. They don't throw their money at problems. They love people that carry a strong vision with clear objectiveness, faithfulness, and fruit. They don't fund drama. They will resource a mission. They want to see the gospel move forward, churches strengthened, and souls being saved. And often they bring more their money. They bring their wisdom, their strategy, and their connections. Number 5, these people feel responsibility, but not entitlement. They don't view money as proof they are better. They view it as proof that they've been entrusted. Their mindset, attitude, and posture is not, look at what I have achieved. It's, Lord, what do you want me to do with what you've placed in my hands? They feel a sense of responsibility for the resources that they carry. Number 6 is they have faith for provision others don't even understand. They release large gifts and they still sleep beautifully at night. They can give into things that seem risky to others because they are genuinely believing that God will replenish their resources. They're not reckless. They have a confidence in God that is unique, and it's almost like their gift of giving is coupled with the gift of faith. They don't worship money. Money doesn't control them, and they trust in the provider to replenish their resources even more as they're faithful with this gift God has given them. Number 7 is usually they plan to give. They don't just wait and feel it out. People with this gift, they don't give on accident or in the moment of a pressure. They don't wait for an emotional moment, a hype to be faithful. They are already positioned so that they can respond quickly when God actually leads them. Let's just say you have this gift. You're beginning to recognize that this is the gift that God has for you. Maybe you've been walking it for years. Here is how you can grow in that gift. Number 1, acknowledge it's a gift, not an achievement. The moment you think your wealth is purely your doing, you've lost the gift's source. Stay humble and connected to the giver. Number 2 is you gotta purify your motives regularly. Romans 12:8 says, with liberality, meaning with simplicity of heart. Ask God often, am I giving to serve or am I giving to control? Am I giving to worship or am I giving to impress? Am I giving to gain a connection or if I give to honor the Holy Spirit? Guard yourself against using money to buy influence or attach strings to your giving. It is very dangerous and it could be an abuse of that gift. Number 3, seek vision, not just seek the need. Whenever possible, attach your giving to a clear mission. Ask leaders where you're giving. What is your vision? What are you building? Because generosity without vision is charity. But generosity with vision is partnership with the Holy Spirit. Number 4, grow in financial wisdom. The gift of giving requires the skill of earning and managing. You gotta keep growing in stewardship. You gotta keep building financial discipline because your capacity to give is connected to your faithfulness in managing. Your gift will no longer be useful if you're no longer stewarding the earning and the managing. Number 5 is give generously at every level, not just when you're wealthy. This gift grows by being used. Start giving generously now at your current level and watch God's grace expand this gift. Don't wait until you make your first million, until you have patents, until you have, outsourced your business or sold your business and you're making now a lot of money. Start now with what you can and this gift will grow. Number 6 is find your Barnabas community. Find other generous people. Find mission-focused leaders who have integrity. The gift thrives in the right environment. Now, the gift of giving is not just about money. It's about really people's love expressed through this sacrifice and gift expressed through stewardship. It's really about their love being expressed through sacrifice. It's their faith being expressed through stewardship. It's their worship being expressed through generosity. You're not called to build a bigger kingdom for yourself. You're called to advance His kingdom through you. And when somebody with the gift of giving walks in their calling fully surrendered, wisely managing, Joy is poured out. This is one of the most beautiful things you will see in the body of Christ. So if this is you, don't downplay this gift. Don't be ashamed of the blessing. You don't owe no one an apology. But don't be seduced by this gift either. Ask God for wisdom. Ask God for vision. Ask Him what He wants you to fund through your life. Give freely, give faithfully, and do it for His fame. I've recently wrote a short book called Beginner's Guide to Giving. It's available on my website for a free download. If you want to grow in that, just understanding giving, how it's connected to your spiritual growth. Because there is no such a thing as spiritual growth that is disconnected from prayer, fasting, and giving. These three things, they work together in concert. And people have to understand it. And also the area of giving has been manipulated, has been used to exploit people. We have to practice wisdom and gotta be balanced. And I believe this is very balanced. I live this out. I practice this. I do believe that I also operate in this gift of giving, and I want to grow in this gift as well. And so I'm not writing something because I just seen other people do it. I've walked this out, and I believe that it has stretched my spiritual journey in the last 15 years like nothing else has. And I believe that it will help your spiritual journey as well. That's really all my desire, is that you grow spiritually by applying your gifts and by practicing spiritual disciplines. This book will help you. It's also available on Amazon if you want a physical copy, or you can just download free one on my website. Thank you all the partners and all the donors who make this possible for us to give all of our content for free.